Now I want to talk about why your kids need to be playing in the dirt more often, but not really the dirt, the actual soil. Let's talk about the difference between dirt and soil. Dirt basically is dead. You have sand, rocks, and clay. Soil is actually alive because it has microbial life. It has bacteria, fungus, and the bacteria and the fungus make the nutrients available. So I probably should have named it Why Your Kids Should Be Playing in the Soil. All right, so here's the reason. You have two parts of your immune system. You have the innate part, which you're born with. Your mother has given you this immunity from her being exposed to microbes and all those antibodies. But then you have this other part of your immune system called the acquired. And this is the part of your immune system that it learns from being in your environment. And so if your child gets sick, the best thing to do is to let them get sick and go through the infection and make sure they have all the key nutrients, allow the fever to be there to kill off the pathogen, and allow them to build up their antibodies. That's the best thing you can do as compared to shut off the immune system right away, suppress the fever, because what you're going to find out is they're not going to develop your immune system as well, and they probably are going to get sick more often, and when they're sick, the duration of infection is going to be longer. Now, there's a huge connection between your brain and your gut. And in your gut, you have all these microbes which play a very important part in your immune system. It's the different microbes working together synergistically to help pathogens from invading into the body. And so I want to emphasize the importance of your child being outside than being inside. Unfortunately, recently, many children are spending way too much time inside. They don't get that exposure to the germs in the soil that can actually help greatly improve the immune system later in life. There's some interesting studies, I'm going to put them down below, that demonstrates that if a child is outside more than inside, they have a decreased risk in asthma, allergies, and even autoimmune diseases, which is quite fascinating. Children that are outside more in nature have much less inflammation and respiratory illnesses, have a much improved mental health status too, both in cognitive function as well as mood. And so it's not just about having your children play in the dirt or the soil. It's about having them outdoors in the woods, in nature, on a farm. In one study, it was interesting. It showed that children that are raised on a farm are actually much healthier than their city counterparts. And there's an additional study, which I'll put down below, that shows there's much less depression in children that are exposed more to nature, being exposed to environments that involve trees, grass, parks, rivers, lakes, and even the ocean. And then you have the topic of forest bathing, which I've done other videos on, that supports the immune system. Apparently there's a certain phytochemical that is released from a pine tree that can greatly support your immune system. And there's a link between an improved immune system as well as improved cognitive and mood function as well. And one last study I want to mention that was quite interesting. There was even an improvement in IQ with children that spent more time outside in the environment with more space, more parks, more trees, more grass, versus children that were living in the cities where they didn't have that much exposure to nature. So anyway, I wanted to create this video on the importance of getting your children outside the house, having them play in nature. Also, please comment down below on how much time did you spend outside when you were a child. Hey, before you go, if you're benefiting from any of my content, I would love to hear about your success story. Please share it in the link down below.